Hello and welcome back. I'd like to get developmental territory because at some point I would like to start to develop new stars. And I would like to use All Star Wrestling. Only thing is, it costs like $250,000 to buy them over. So what we're gonna do is, uh, if we can continue this type of performance, getting this type of pay-per-view revenue of about 200 grand in the coming months, I think I'm gonna think about taking it over now. Also, what else did I want to say? Oh yes, the Fallen storyline will be ending soon, and then I will be starting to build up Roderick Strong and build up his what is the word I'm looking for? Push, no, momentum. That's it. Also tonight we will be having our next show. We'll be having Adam Cole versus Jay Lethal in the main event, and Motor City Machine Guns versus the Young Bucks, and that will be for the to see who will become the number one contender for the tag team championships, which will be the Young Bucks. Spoiler alert, but I think I discussed this already. Adam Cole versus Jay Lethal for both AOH titles will be on the line. Okay, so I think that's all I need to talk about right now. Oh no, Adam Page, who I was going to do that losing streak with, I'm not going to do that anymore. Instead, I'm going to build him up off screen and have him come back and have a big impact. Maybe not even off screen, maybe on screen as well. But he's going to have a place on the card for a storyline that I would like to do between him and someone else that would really just put a nice little bow around things. So, yep, gonna pause it here, gonna book the show, and then we'll come back. Okay, just quickly, Drew Galloway's contract is ending, so we have just renewed it. Also, Stardust, Cody Rhodes' contract is ending, and I want to try and get a contract with him. So let's make a new offer. Yes. Okay, let's see if we can sign him, because that will be huge going forward in this company. Final thing before we book the show, Kota Ibushi has arrived and he is a lower mid carder. So I'm going to give him some matches off TV to build him up and really just try and improve him overall and push him up to that sort of upper mid card status that I want him to be at. And let's go ahead and run the show. So relatively short show in terms of segments tonight. Not a lot of storytelling going on, but enough to sort of pass us by that I think that this is probably one of our best narrative shows in terms of the sort of final half hour anyway, for leading up to a pay-per-view. But we open up the show here with Adam Page taking on BJ Whitner, and we give Adam Page the win against BJ Whitner to try and build him up that bit more. Minor positive momentum at the minute. We just need to get him up the card more. So Adam Page picks up the win in a 57-minute match just before the 8th minute. Kota Ibushi makes his, by the way, this is in the pre-show, I should actually say. Kota Ibushi makes his first appearance for the company as he takes on Moose in the pre-show in a 55-minute match, and he beats Moose by pinfall in the 8 minutes 48 seconds after hitting a golden star press. Kota Ibushi has no gimmick needed gimmick, and it's got an initial rating of above average. 71 performance for Kota Ibushi. Let's see if Moose improves there. He does, which is fantastic because Ibushi is just unbelievably amazing. So let's go ahead to the actual show itself. So we see a video of Roderick Strong. It's just like a video on his phone, and he pretty much says, Michael Elgin, you're the most overrated guy on this roster, and you're soft, pretty much. You know, planting seeds here. So we go ahead. Next segment is actually Michael Elgin in the opening match of the TV show against Bobby Fish, and he beats him in under 5 minutes by pinfall. That is 63 with it in-ring performance for Michael Elgin, and the match got the crowd hotter. Unfortunately, it was quite an awkward bout though in a 52 minute match. But then we see Ethan Gabriel Owens, who takes on Drew Galloway, who actually gets beat by Drew Galloway, and also under 5 minutes. I had to keep these here 2 matches short for our next 2 matches. By pinfall after hitting 3 move. I should probably change that, but anyway, 58 in-ring performance for Drew Galloway and a 30 in-ring performance for Ethan Gabriel Owens, to 51 with it as well. But then we get to a interview segment where Kevin Kelly says, "Did you hear what Roderick Strong had to say about you? He called you soft and overrated." And Michael Elgin says, "If he thinks that I'm soft and overrated, he can see what it will be like to get inside the ring with an overrated beast at Glory by Honor." So I'm going to go ahead and book that now. I didn't realise how high Roderick Strong's momentum was, to be honest with you, but we go into a match with the Motor City Machine Guns and the Young Bucks for a match to become #1 contender for the Tag Team Championships at Glory by Honor. Alex Shelley and Chris Sabin had in-ring performances of 199 respectively. 92 in-ring performance for Matt Jackson, and for Nick Jackson at 67. Holy shit, that was a good match. 75 rated match. Nick Jackson was the weak link, but Matt Jackson is the one who picks up the pinfall victory in 13 minutes when he defeats Alex Shelley. I give the defeat to Alex Shelley since Chris Sabin has taken so many pinfall losses lately. So this here is just fantastic. A fantastic match, and this here then sets up for the next segment. Next segment, Alex Shelley is in the ring. So is Chris Sabin, and Chris Sabin is kind of just looking at him like, "What? You wasted that chance on us. You wasted that opportunity on us." But then they don't say anything, but you can see that the tension's there. Adam Cole then comes out, since he's got a match next, and says, "Well, what a predicament we have here. This is my last night in charge here at Ring of Honor, and I want it to be big. So I'm going to create a match for the pay-per-view coming up. You two will go hit one-on-one for the Ring of Honor World Championship." So a huge match being booked here, and I'm going to go ahead and book the tag team match between Young Bucks and Beer Money, and the singles match between Alex Shelley and Chris Sabin now. So that match has been booked. By the way, the finish to the Young Bucks Motor City Machine Gun match was Alex Shelley on the top rope goes to hit a crossbody on Matt Jackson. Nick Jackson comes into the ring and he takes a double super kick. So our next segment is Adam Cole versus JD, of course. 70 minute match, not too bad at all. Decent wrestling, great wrestling, decent reaction. So Adam Cole drew with Jay Lethal again. So what happens here is Adam Cole, Jay Lethal both hit a super kick at each other at the same time, since that's apparently the move that everybody uses now, and just couldn't respond, and they were both counted down. They couldn't get back up to the feet, and they were both counted down. So instead of not being able to answer the outside count, they can't answer the in-ring count of being both unconscious pretty much. So I think that's okay there, but this here actually sets up for Glory by Honor then in 2 weeks time. So let's end that show. 69 overall, not too bad. Increase of popularity in 23 regions, so I'm delighted with that. And I think I'm just going to go ahead and end the video here. Don't really have anything to show. Hopefully we can sign Cody Rhodes though from WWE, because that would be a huge signing for us. And although I don't really have anything planned right now, there's a number of things that we can do with that. So thank you very much for watching.